Hello guys, Sergeant speaking, Earthwalker Primitive, and back with another knot tutorial. And this tutorial we're going to be discussing the tying a bowline knot. Alright, now there's a couple different variations of the bowline, and all of them do different functions or function a little bit differently. This is the easiest one to remember, and that's why it's going to be the first one we're going to talk about. But this is just simply the bowline. Alright, all the bowline is making a loop at the end of a line. Okay, anytime you want to secure something with a loop around something, or you know, if you want to tie a loop so that you can hang it onto a tree limb, or to bring a rope down and run it through itself, or even to snap it onto a snap link or something like that. It's also great for fastening equipment, tying down equipment, because you can put a bowline in a end of a piece of 550 cord, you know, and tie the other end to a piece of equipment, and then run it through, and then that equipment will be secured to your pack or your person or whatever. In the Army we used to call them dummy cords, because you know, you're treated like a dummy if you lost your stuff, and you usually had to wear a dummy cord to attach it to you for you know, like a week or so. But we would always dummy cord all our gear so we wouldn't lose our stuff and we wouldn't be called a dummy. But anyway, I'm going to go over the bowline here, and simply we take our running end of our rope, alright, and we're going to do an overhand knot, or I'm sorry, my correction, we're doing an overhand loop. Alright, why is it an overhand loop? And we're doing this at point of view, so you're looking at it the same way I am. It's an overhand loop because the running end loops over top of the standing end being the rest of the rope. Alright, running end being what we're using. So we'll do the overhand loop, and we're going to take our running end, and now I'm going to go over the little the way you probably remembered it as a kid or in Boy Scouts or whatnot, you know, whatever kind of thing you've been in. But an easy way to remember it is you made a hole here, right? Well, this is the rabbit, this is the hole, alright? What does the rabbit do when it wakes up? It goes out of its hole, around the tree, back into the hole. Alright? And then you just grab the standing end. Don't try to grab this, you won't go nowhere. But what you want to do is you want to pinch the running end and the standing end together. Grab the standing end up here and pull it tight. And then push. Whenever you form something like this, by the way, in a knot, this is called a locking bar. Alright, that's your security, that's your locking mechanism for the knot. So when you're pulling, work that locking bar up. Just don't leave it like that, because then it's loose and it could eventually back out. But if you take it and push that locking bar up. Alright, sorry for that break, guys, but the camera was full. I had to delete a bunch of videos. But yeah, you pull that locking bar, push that locking bar up, and that'll secure that in place. And that's a simple bowline. Alright, it's the first of the 3 different bowlines I'm probably going to teach in this video. The only drawback of this bowline is that the running end, the tag of your rope, is down inside of your loop. Alright, and but there's other ways to get around that, and I'm going to tie a bowline in this as well. Like I said, you overhand loop. I'm going to tie a smaller loop too. Alright, the more of the running end you leave hang out, or let me rephrase that, the higher up you put that overhand loop is the bigger your loop is going to be. Alright, we want to make a small loop, so I want to take my overhand loop and do my take the rabbit's going to go out of the hole, around the tree, back down in the hole. I'm going to pinch the running end and the standing end there together, grab the standing end of my rope here, and pull it tight. And once again, you have that locking bar there, right? If I just leave it go, it's not locking nothing in place. If I push that locking bar up, now it's backing itself up against the standing end of the rope where all the tension's going to be. And then there's my little bowline. Alright. Now, like I said, I could take this end here, tie it to a piece of equipment, loop this around my belt or something, and run it through and cinch it down onto something. Alright, it's a good way to secure your gear. But anyway, the bowline, a simple bowline for making a loop at the end of a rope, whether it's big or small. And you can simply remember the little saying, rabbit goes out of the hole, around the tree, and in the hole, and you should be able to remember it every time. I'm Sergeant speaking with the Local Primitives. Thank you.